Living in a time of young activism, criticism, what have you. As I sit back and watch these things, I got to ask myself, life is what you make it. And that's what people need to understand. You can have a hellish life or you can have a glorious life. But you gotta live by doctrine and you gotta live by the unadulterated truth, meaning that you gotta live by God's laws and dogmas and oaths. And it seems to me people still won't look at that issue there. We have this 10-10-15 that haven't occurred yet, but it's in the making, and it's supposed to be on that date of October. We have this great migration from the south to the north, the new Black Civil Rights movement, and you have a lot of differences on social media. You got people saying derogatory statements to the Black Lives Matter movement, saying it's a counterfeit outfit. You have a lot of people talking about, if you're gonna talk about people dying, why not talk about everyone that's black dying? Won't you protest about the little girl, which was Peggy Hubbard talked about, that little 9-year-old girl got killed due to gun violence. If you're gonna protest about her too. Stop holding criminals. What people really trying to say is this: they live by it, they die by it, and they're not surprised they ended up like that. Okay. Me, I have a sort of little problem with that. You can't judge no one's life, and you ain't God, and you don't judge no one's life or death. God is over that arena. It's death is death, people. When people die, it's a saddening thing. Some people, if it's not saddening them, they means they are mentally ill, they psychopaths, and they have no conscience. They cold-blooded. And we do have these people around us, and they are mass, and some of the majority of them are mass murderers and stone cold killers. That comes from demonic spirits. That comes from demonic rearing of a child. That's why I say you got to be careful how you raise your children, because they might come out okay, or they might come out mentally messed up and dangerous. I'm going to talk on various topics in this publication, and try to get some issues out and try to get some of y'all YouTubers to respond. I know, cause this thing, we got to realize this thing is more spiritual than anything. Not even political. The spiritual is the top thing here. We have this thing about racism, a big issue, and I've done a couple videos, and everyone thinks it's gonna be a race war. Let me tell you something. When you talk about that word, people like to, how would I say, they like to throw around really serious terminology and don't know the repercussions of a race war. Don't you know a race war is no holds barred? Meaning that children go, babies go, people get burnt, people get ripped apart, people, just all kinds of brutality known to man to happen, and everyone at the end of the day gets slaughtered. And the fowls and the birds and the beasts of the field consume their bodies. And the stench is just be months and months going up into the air. What a sight. Smelling flush, smelling burnt flesh. That's what comes with race war. My question is this what the human collective want? I mean, black people, this is what you want. White people, this is what you want. It's bad enough we fighting for this country. It's bad enough we owe people, we in debt. This country is in debt to other countries. Think about that. I mean, I like America. I was born here. I love my country. But do my country love me? That's the question. That's the question all black folks need to ask. Do your country love you? Okay? People, talking about the earning capacity of Freddie Gray. I feel that he is one of many that should be compensated due to the fact of unlawful death. It was a shady way. Man go in a facility and come out with a spinal cord injury and end up dying. But everyone want to talk about his drug activity. Okay, the man wasn't perfect. The man was on the other side of the law. But does that excuse the fact, my people, for that man to end up going out that way? No, that does not excuse the fact. People tend to do videos and critiques on social media and tend to go around the surface but never get into the core issues of the problem. Why all these things keep perpetuating themselves and happening within the black psychic and collective? First of all, the infrastructure of schools need to be rebuilt. The infrastructure of economics need to be rebuilt. Our dollar does not stay within our own communities that long. It leaves our communities. This is why we are disenfranchised and have no kind of economic foundation within our communities, because we don't know how to work together as black folks. I don't know how many times I got to stress that to you all. Man, you want to get along. Stop being jealous of what another man has and acquires through his hard work. Stop being jealous because he has a nice car, a nice house, a nice woman. Stop being jealous. Same as the women. We have this self-hate attitude. Okay? And it's dysfunctional. I hear these guys, again, we never get to the core. Sometimes you got to get to the core within black people's problems. Y'all can scream Negro, 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 Negro all day. But if we don't get to the problem, it's never going to be solved. And half of the problem, we as black folks have a disease. We don't work together because we think that someone's getting ahead of us. Now you look at all these liquor stores. Come on now. You got a liquor store. How many liquor stores do you need in the black community? You only need one. Why you got liquor store on every corner? Why don't we protest about that? Why don't we run those booze houses out of there? You only need one liquor store. You don't need 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 because they want you to stay drunk. They know you disenfranchised. They know you going to stand in front of that corner, hustle up some chains and panhandle and go in and keep buying that cheap alcohol. They know you don't have nothing on your mind. Do you think they're going to come out there and help you? You think they're going to come out there and try to uplift you? No, because all they worrying about is your money. They don't care about what we perceive of ourselves, other nationalities. Or they wouldn't have that liquor store keep selling us death. This is what you gotta understand. The demon study you. The enemy will study you and find out your weakness and find out what do you want to spend on, and he will key in on what you want to buy, and he will keep on saying, come on in, and you keep on being an idiot and buying from these people that don't care about you, and they live happy ever after somewhere else, and you are broke. Another day, another wasted day, another dollar gone, and they get $1 richer. This is the problem. But no one want to see this, and it's a shame. We want to talk about all this and all that, and okay, again, I done gave you some key factors in how to live a joyous life. You know, let's put it where it's supposed to be put. This is a capitalist system we live in. In order for you to survive a somewhat good life, you must have some capital knowledge. You must know some economic knowledge. If a man is economically illiterate, if a sister is economically illiterate, that means they will be in economic poverty. Okay, that means you will be below the status quo. If the schools don't have an infrastructure of books according to this time frame on the cutting edge as far as teaching our students when they come out of those institutions of knowledge to get jobs, to prepare them for the workforce to make good money. If they don't have that in the schools, they will come out and get jobs that's not that's subservient and down. It's a down trough. It's not an up trough. They will only get certain jobs that won't even pay enough for their bills and for their housing and clothes or whatever. This is the problem. And what comes out of that is the crime element. Are desperate humans going to do desperate things and live by desperate measures? See, people, we got to understand this thing is a knowledge of the demonic. The devil is a powerful spiritual entity. It's like God is a powerful spiritual entity, meaning his job, the devil's job, is to destroy mankind. And when it comes to black folks and the dilemmas we keep going through, we keep following his tactics and we ended up with the same results. Now I done told you, this is a curse that is upon us, the economic curse. We as black folks need to come together as a collective and start working together. Let me tell you something. Y'all may get mad at me. Get mad. Those picket signs don't mean nothing. Those old cliches, those slogans don't mean nothing. All this marching, wasting your health on marching and screaming until you a voice box can't talk no more means nothing. Know why I say that? Because what is it doing for your communities? Is it bringing any financial stability to where you live at? Is it upholding your community? Is it rebuilding and getting those housing projects out of your community and building nice homes, rebuilding your community? Is your community being provided with jobs that can help men and women provide food and shelter on the table and provide them with a nice paying job? Let me tell you something, folks. It's not. Now, if you've been living on this earth 30, 40 some years or even more, you should already know that when the time hit, all this gentrification that's going on, gentrification was a master plan by those that want to keep people somewhat down in the dumps. That didn't do nothing to help black folks. All they did is hinder us more. And other people know this. Now, I'm a former Washingtonian. I was born and raised in Washington, D.C. And when I was coming up in the ranks as a young man, still a young guy, but getting up there now. But that's beside the point. Point is, the schools was more different, meaning that they had a lot of vocational schools and trade schools. You got two types of people. You got to understand this, people. You got people that work in suits and you got people that work in construction boots. Okay? And both of them make considerable lots of money, depending on what kind of trade and what kind of title they have. You got electricians, you got artisans, you got brick masons, you got plumbers. This is the construction field. HVAC guys, they make a lot of money, depending on what grade or what position they in. They go through the apprenticeship, depending on how long the apprenticeship is, and they go on to journeyman or master. Then they end up branching out, some of them owning their own businesses and creating their own wealth and keeping the money within instead of paying union dues. This is how it works. And then you have the corporate world, IT field, lawyers, doctors, stuff like that. This is how it works. But Once you take the training out of the schools, and once you take you don't fund those schools no more, as far as helping the poor communities, and as far as making success stories and people graduating and getting certificates and accolades and diplomas and getting what they study and work hard for, labor over to get good paying jobs. This is the problem. They took those schools out. They took their education out. You know, and this is the problem you have. Now you have these young people in the cities don't got nothing to do. They look at other people. They look at these websites. People been talking about world star hip hop. Okay, yes, we have people that exploitate us. If we fool enough to upload our stupid activity, thinking we're gonna be famous or whatever, go viral, that's on us. And it's really retarded because you're making an ass out yourself at the end of the day, and it poses no purpose. But some of us do this. We indulge in those dysfunctional activities. So you have things like World Star. The youngins look at that. They drink all day, smoke all day. I call them bus stop bums and young thugs. I made a video about that. And you see them when you go to work. You see them when you go to work. Then you see them when you get off of work. Every day, 7 days out the week. Then you see them while they woman to get on a bus. She go to work. He babysitting the house. While she probably got Joe Blow downtown, getting on her knees, giving him some top. He will never know. I'm telling you, bros. I'm gonna tell you one thing. You think by standing up under a woman and eating all the food, drinking all the liquor, smoking all the weed, and babysitting the house and being a flunky, you getting away with something. I'm gonna tell you something. Some women like their cake and eat it too, and you will never know. She usually a woman like that 9 times 10 she got another nigga. Okay, that is providing for her on the other side of town. So she got 2 dicks for the price of 1. You getting played, Slim. And I'm telling you, brothers, that doesn't help the problem. I mean, that doesn't help the solution. I mean, you're a man. You don't supposed to live up under a woman. Okay? I'm telling you from experience, it doesn't work, bro. It doesn't work. Any right woman is gonna get tired of that and wonder what's wrong with you. Then she ain't gonna say it to you. She gonna look at you. She ain't gonna say it because that's how some of our sisters is. She gonna say this nigga weak. She probably talk to her girlfriend. So he weak. He don't want to do nothing. He been for months. All you do is play PlayStation. Blah blah blah. This, that, and the third. And she got another dude on the side of town to land the pipe. Yeah. Taking her out. This is what women like. Being romantic. Giving her little trinkets. He got a nice job. He provide. Got a nice place. And you wonder why some of you brothers are losing out in a relation atmosphere. Let me tell you something, man. It's a time, it's like in the saying in the Bible, put away childish things. When you're a man, brothers. Be a man, stand up on your 2 feet, and command and demand how you want to live, and ask the Most High to help you on your journey. Because a woman's not going to help you be a man. God's going to help you be a man. Remember that, dog. Stop trying to look for, how would I say it, affection from a woman. No, that makes you look weak. And I'm trying to tell, and some of you brothers that I hope y'all listen to me, because I'm trying to give y'all some jewels here. Because some of y'all having problems with this situation here. When you got a woman dictate to you, day in and day out, you need to roll, Slim. Meaning that you're looking kind of weak. It's supposed to be the other way around. You're supposed to be dictating to the woman, not the woman dictating to you. See, this is the problem. Men, you are the leaders, man, not the followers. You are the one who lays the rules and the platform down. You are the one to protect your household with your pistol. If a fool coming in, you blow his ass away. You are the one to provide for you, your wife, and your siblings and your loved ones, not the woman. And this will make a lot of people mad. I don't give a damn. God put us here to work, to provide for the woman and the children, not the woman provide for the man and the children. This is why you have a lot of dysfunctional homes. Then when you exclude and subtract the father out of the home, the sons grow up effeminate. Then same thing with the daughters. When you take the women out the home, they become more duggerish or whatever. When a father got to raise a daughter, let me tell you something. People, I mean, this is cardinal rules. This ain't nothing really secretive. When a man reaches puberty, when a young man reaches puberty, that means that if he lives in a single parent home and the mother is how would I say it? She can't handle no more. That means that's when the man supposed to come in. Same thing. If a young lady reaches puberty and her mother is excluded out of the picture, and she getting her little twat getting happy, and she getting all wild and frisky, just like the man child. The father ain't gonna be able to control her. This is why you have teenage pregnancies going off the Richter scale. All I'm saying, it's a time frame that is when they start growing up and being women and men. It's time for the same sex to come in to teach them in the right way. This is why you need a mother and a father and a father and a mother in a home. And that's the devil and his demonic activity, and it's an ongoing legacy of the black family structure. It is commonplace and common rule for the man to be out of the house, in jail, locked up, dead, disenfranchised, no worth, done. Same as the woman. First of all, y'all gotta realize this is always an origin to the problem when it comes to the inner core of the black structure. So this is why you have these cops versus the black young youth and the citizens in every city. Then you have people getting executed daily. You're having all these unsolved crimes still. You're having people still getting kidnapped. You have this high sexual rate, and then you got AIDS, all just polluting everybody. People having unprotected sex still, or people just rolling the dice. Look, I could talk about the problems and the issues all day long. I done touched on a lot of things about the black community and far as our worth to America. Okay? People talking about getting out of here. People talking about something gonna go down. People talking about a civil war. People talking about a race war. But people don't know. You don't know the day and the hour when the Son of Man will come. You don't know. You can predict all you want about some kind of social calamity and purge and anarchy, but you don't know when that's going to come. Don't you know? No one knew when that flood was going to hit. Don't you know when Sodom and Gomorrah got hit? They didn't know. It came. It came. And it took. And it destroyed. Because people still, in these days of time, will not realize that it's only one. It's the God that keep telling you, and he let his son come down here for a while to get us right. And we keep rebelling against him. And every time you go against him, more calamities will come, more famines will come, more destruction will come, more deviation will come, all kinds of torture and all kinds of destruction will come because you telling him you're not worthy. You telling him I don't love you. I hate you. You're not my master. You're not my king. You're not my God. You're nothing. And this is what you get when you try to go against God's teachings and his laws and oaths in the book. You wonder why you got all this Illuminati documented. You wonder why you got this what they call it. They've been beating this subject to death. Homosexual agenda. Manifesto. The homosexual manifesto. Nothing new, folks. That's nothing new. All they did is took all the doctrine from ancient Rome, ancient Sodom and Gomorrah, ancient Pompeii. All the civilizations was practicing sexual deviancy, dysfunction, sexual dysfunction. Call it what it is. Unnatural sex practices. And they took all that doctrine and put it in the gay manifesto in their own ideology, so they can play it out in these centuries and times. So, look, once you know this, there's a lot of things not new up under the sun. And we have a blueprint, like I keep on saying, that the Most High has provided us through his prophets and by his teachings of Jesus Christ. Look, if we don't want to follow that, if we want to follow an ideology that will put us in a place of happiness and joy, continue with the destruction then. Continue with the murder. Continue with the pornography. Continue with all of the butchery and the sadness and the downfall of mankind. Because mankind is ultimately doing it to himself. Okay? We always tend to go around in circles and never get to the core. You talk about racism. Racism is demonic social engineering. It's people that's using that to keep the population of different ethnicities and cultures down. This is why they interject that racism ideology. We fall for the trick every time. Confederate flag symbolism. Okay? Racist symbolism. Negro, nigger, monkey, anthropology, 3/5, 4/5 of all social demonic engineering by the ones that want to keep ethnicities down. And people that's ignorant, don't have no forethought, don't have no knowledge, don't have no sort of logic, they fall for this game. And they take on these people's ideologies because they are sheep. They're not leaders, they followers. They believe what everybody say. Don't believe what everything people say on the TV. Don't believe everything people talk about on social media. Go investigate it and study it for yourself. That's one thing we have a problem with. We take people's word as law. They just human, just like me and you. Everything people say don't mean it's true. They can be feeding you a bunch of bull. My thing is this, people. You can run. Or think you're running somewhere. But if the Most High want to take this world out, you can't run nowhere. And you can't run from evil. Because evil is everywhere. This is why you have to go and reference the book and study the teaching so you can fight, put your spiritual armor on and fight the demonic powers of evil. Every time you step out the door, you are going into hellish pathways. The devil is out here and God is out here too. Now, you can pick, you can roll his lane or you can go in God's lane. You do have a choice. You can roll with God, you can roll with Satan. You do have a choice. You know this, folks. And you know when you roll with Satan, you already know what you get. Destruction. Now you can play with this. You can think I'm just spinning wheels here. I'm talking nonsense. But it's really common sense. If you know what the unholy do, why did you keep following him? Why do you keep following him? You know you've been suffering. You can't get nowhere. That's because you under demonic activity and you unknowingly walk around. You controlled by Satan himself. He got you. And in order to get out of that demonic captivity and that demonic imprisonment, you must give up certain things. You must sacrifice certain things. I'm talking about the individual. You must cut it off like umbilical cord. Until then, you will suffer. And it's the most saddest thing. People go to the grave every day, unfortunately, without getting that demon off their back. He rides their back all the way to the grave. You can get happiness in heaven on earth, but you have to cut him out of your life. All the things I didn't mention in this documentary is because people haven't cut Satan out of their life, out of their household. They have demonic stuff within their household. They watch demonic stuff. They partake in demonic stuff. They eating demonic stuff, meaning they ain't eating right. They gluttoning out. They lusting out. All the cardinal rules, all the rules of destruction, jealousy, envy, lust, slothfulness, gluttony, destruction, folks. These things are in publication. These things is inspired, was written by prophets. You know the stories. You know the parables. You know it. Practice it. Preach it. Teach it. Live it. Or live in hell. Or live in hell. Or live in hell. It's just simple as that. You got right, wrong, wrong, right. Which one you gonna choose? And it's like I say, you know if you go that way, it's destruction. Be my guest. I have lived to see that. I never seen winners in that game. Always losers. And at the end of the day, they wasted their time on earth and Satan rolled their back to the grave. Hope y'all enjoy this. Take heed. I touched on a lot of topics. We got a lot to do. We got a lot to do. We got a lot to do, people. The human race, white, black, I told you, color doesn't mean nothing. If God didn't want all these races, he wouldn't have created all these races. So right there, that should tell you something. It's not just one race, it's the human race. I love all of y'all. I hope y'all like this publication and commentary and dialogue. Send me some comments, feel free. And tell me what you think about this. If y'all want me to come out with some more hard-hitting stuff, come on, man. Send me some information. I'll send y'all some information or whatever. Because this is kind of stuff I bring forth when I do my commentary. I'm trying to inspire some folks because I know folks going through hard times. I'm still going through hard times. But if you keep on letting our demonic energy and demonic spirit ride your back, you ain't no good gonna come to you. And there's a lot of people walking around here and they are infested. You talk about HIV, that's even worse than HIV. When you got Satan and his angels infesting your soul. Yeah. That's the worst disease you can have. That's the worst disease because he is a disease. And when he use your body as a host and when he connected that demonic energy to you, you are messed up. You are screwed up. And it is the most dangerous thing. This is why you have guys and women that is mass murderers because the devil took their whole soul over. People always try to understand why people do these things to people and do these despicable things because Satan took the whole soul over. It's no longer that person. It's a demon. I'm gonna say it again. And the body is just a host. The body is 100% under demonic control. Ain't that something? You have people walking around. You think they're humans, but they're demons. I just define something to you that you think is you think you in a horror movie or in a horror. Nah, it's real. You have people walking around. They is demons because they are 100% under demonic control. These are your killers. These are your mass murderers. Yes. And once you know these definitions and real reality things I'm kicking to you, once you know what I just explained to you, and I gave you some jewels to combat that, you'll be all right. But until then, you will suffer. You will suffer. Okay? I gave you some things for you not to suffer. I keep on repeating this because I want people to live a good life. I want people like myself and others to get out of this demonic control. It can be anything. It can be lust. It can be evil thoughts. It can be gluttony, pornography. It can be just over-obsessive doing things. All that sins. Sins that will destroy you at the end of the day. Everything is spiritual. Always remember that. And when someone tell you other than that, that means you consorting with a demon. Peace out, Audemars Productions. We got to get deeper, folks. I love all of y'all. It's time for us to go to higher ground instead of going into the pits of hell in our ideologies and thinking. I can just keep on going, but I got to cut this short. I'll probably come up with a part 2. I don't know. But this should be a lot of spiritual food for you to digest and nourish. I'm out. Peace.